another episode of Cooking with Lauren. And right now we're going to highlight some subscriber comments from our last video, which happened to be the lamb chops, loaded baked potato, and asparagus. So if you have not checked out that video yet, you might want to check it out because those lamb chops were bomb. So let's hop right into the comments from last video. First up, her name is It's Lit, and she said, I'm Haitian and Dominican. I know how to cook, however, my American dishes aren't that good, and I need to get better since my husband is American. I have been following your recipes, and now I feel like an American chef. So go on, girl. You better just keep your American husband. And then our next one is from Miss Latoya Parrott. She said, I love watching your cooking videos. Have you given a thought about opening a merch store and starting with aprons? Well, Latoya, we have thought of a lot of things for our entire brand as a whole, Cooking with Lauren and Hen and Lawn Vlogs, but you will have to continue to stay tuned for the rest of this year because we have so many exciting things planned. I can't wait to share them with you. Earlier this week, I uploaded this photo and you guys went crazy in my DMs, and I was just like, I didn't think I was doing anything special, so that's what I'm going to recreate today. I am making Parmesan Crusted Chicken over a bit of Pesto Farfalle Pasta. It's going to be so good, y'all. I made, the one on Instagram I made had like some shrimp in it, but I think this dish would go so well with Parmesan Crusted Chicken. We're going to take a couple shortcuts as usual, but I'm gonna show you how to make this dish. It's gonna be so bomb. So here are the ingredients. We're just gonna need some farfalle pasta. We got some different types of Parmesan cheese here. One of the shortcuts we're gonna take is this jarred pesto sauce. You're also gonna need some flour, heavy whipping cream, and then over here I got our chicken breast, my seasonings, and y'all, let's just get started because this is about to be so bomb. I can't wait, so let's go. So I already got a pot of boiling water back here, and I've salted it as well. That's definitely a key. You definitely want to salt your pasta water just to flavor the pasta. And I'm just adding some olive oil into the pot, and then I'm going to dump our farfalle in here. I think farfalle is good for this dish, or if you have penne pasta, that'll be another good option. That's about half of the box, and that's going to cook for about 12 minutes. Farfalle definitely cooks a bit slower than other pastas, so it'll be like 12 minutes before it's al dente. So we're about to get started on our chicken breast. To get ready for our chicken breast, I'm going to heat a large skillet to about medium heat, and I have 2 whole boneless, skinless chicken breasts here. You can also use chicken breast tenderloins, and I am going to cut these in half because it speeds up the cooking time. Your chicken isn't too thick, and you just want to make sure that your chicken is cooked all the way throughout. So I'm just going to slice these in half. They cook more evenly this way. And then to season, I have here my salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I told you guys I use this all the time, so I'm just going to season our chicken breast with this seasoning. This mixture is just so great. It's like my season all, if you want to call it that. So I'm gonna salt it on both sides. And then I also have some Mrs. Dash here. This is the garlic and herb version. They have so many different kinds, but I'm gonna season the chicken with this as well. Because pesto sauce, I don't know if you guys have tried it before, but it's very garlicky. So this Mrs. Dash and then the garlic powder, salt, and pepper are really gonna make a difference when I'm cooking this chicken. And then I'm just gonna season the other side the same exact way. In a bit so that it sticks to the chicken. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm going to start working on our flour and Parmesan mixture for the Parmesan Crusted Chicken. This is shredded Parmesan. As you can see, they are long grains of Parmesan. So I'm going to crush this up as I mix it in the bowl. And that way, it's a little bit more uniform in texture with the grated Parmesan that I'm going to add, and with the flour. You don't want too big of chunks. And people are also probably thinking like, Shalonda, how can you mix cheese with flour and fry it? So So Parmesan cheese, it's not like a melty cheese like mozzarella. You know, when you melt down mozzarella and it gets kind of stringy. Parmesan cheese is not like that at all. When you fry it on top of chicken or whatever else you're cooking, it actually crisps up pretty well. So that's how you can use the chicken, use the cheese on the chicken. So I just poured some grated Parmesan cheese, and like I said, you can notice the difference in texture between the grated and the shredded, and we want to use both for like a really good crispy crust. So I got that going in there, and then I'm gonna also add a little bit of flour. Add some flour to it as well, and then I'm gonna give this a nice mix. Make sure you have clean hands, of course. I'm gonna start seasoning this flour. To season my flour, I'm gonna add some salt. You don't want too much because that Parmesan cheese is already salty. It's already gonna give it a ton of flavor, so you don't have to add too much to the flour. And I'm gonna also add some pepper. And then some parsley flakes. And parsley flakes, they're not gonna give it hardly any flavor, but it's gonna give it a great color. This up as well. Kind of looks like breadcrumbs. It smells delicious. Now that our pan is hot, I'm gonna add just a few tablespoons of oil to the pan. We're not gonna deep fry it, we're just gonna pan sear it. So I'm gonna just add a few tablespoons. And this is gonna get nice and hot while we're waiting on our chicken. Make a quick little egg wash to dredge our chicken and our Parmesan crust. So I just got one egg here, and I am going to beat this egg until, you know, it's a nice cohesive mixture. And what this egg wash will do is it's gonna help our Parmesan cheese stick to our chicken. If you do it without the egg, then it's probably not gonna be as thick. You want, like I said, the Parmesan cheese to coat your chicken. So we're just gonna dredge this in egg. Let the excess leak off, and then into our flour. Oh my gosh, this smells so good, y'all. I wish y'all could smell this through the screen. And we're just gonna shake off the excess. You see how it's nicely breaded? That's exactly what we want. And those Parmesan bits that you see in there, they are gonna cook up and crisp up so nicely. So I'm gonna just sit this to the side, and I'm gonna do the others. So same step, dip it in egg, shake off the excess, and then we're gonna take it over to our Parmesan and flour mixture and just pack that Parmesan on the chicken to create a nice crust. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Wait till this fries up. So I'm gonna keep breading the rest of the chicken, and I'll see you guys in a second. I got two pans going here. One is gonna be for our chicken. The other one is gonna be for our pesto sauce. So the oil for this one is already nice and hot. I'm gonna go ahead and cook our chicken breast, lay our chicken breast in this oil. And that sizzle is exactly what I want to hear. You want to keep it on low flame because you don't want the cheese to burn before the chicken cooks. So I'm gonna just lay in two at a time and let those get nice and golden brown. And then we're gonna move on to our sauce while our chicken is cooking. Right, to get started on our pesto cream sauce for that amazing farfalle pasta, we're gonna start out with a couple cups of heavy cream. And we're just gonna heat this a little bit. Don't need too much. And then we're gonna add the jarred pesto sauce. Now this is my shortcut because I don't have a blender. If you guys have a blender at home, most definitely make your own pesto sauce at home. You just ground up basil and then roasted garlic and some olive oil. Amazing. That's how simple this sauce is. But like I said, I don't have a blender. So I'm gonna just take the shortcut way, and I'm gonna just add a couple of teaspoons of pesto to this. So good. And pesto is so garlicky, it's so flavorful. And I'm gonna mix this up. And that's why I was saying I really wasn't going to make this on the channel because it was so simple. But because you guys asked for it, I am going to give it to you. So just going to whisk this up and let this heat up a bit. Our basil pesto has been heating up for a little bit now. I'm just going to taste it. It probably doesn't need any seasoning because, like I said, if you've ever tried pesto before, it packs so much flavor. It's going to flavor the entire dish. Just needs a little bit of salt, and that's it, and this is done. Our farfalle is nice and al dente. It just came out of the boiling water. So I'm going to go ahead and add this into our pesto. Oh my gosh, y'all. And now I'm going to mix all of this together. Y'all don't even understand. If you ever had pesto before, you can understand how garlicky and rich this sauce is going to be, and it's going to taste so good over that Parmesan Crusted Chicken. Guys, this is good for like a light lunch or even dinner. We're having it for lunch today. So I'm just going to mix this up and let it sit for like a couple of minutes until our Parmesan Crusted Chicken is finished. And it's just going to become thick and nice, and I just can't wait to try it. Our chicken has been frying for like 3 to 5 minutes on each side, and I'm ready to flip it. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look at how golden brown this chicken is. That's exactly what the Parmesan does. It crisps up. It's just like a nice coating. Oh my goodness. This is going to be so delicious. And as you can see, the cheese, it didn't burn. It just creates a nice crust on the outside of the chicken. Y'all, our pasta is done. We have the Parmesan Crusted Chicken on top and that Pesto Farfalle right here on the bottom. I just cannot wait to dig in. Let's try it. Alright, so I got a little bit of chicken on my fork, a little bit of pasta. It's so garlicky, and this chicken is so moist. The Parmesan on the chicken is so crispy and crusty. They both just complement each other so well. And then that garlic and herb Mrs. Dash that we use, it just complements the pesto so well. Don't you worry about it. This is amazing. We are about to eat lunch because this is just so good. And then I'm going to catch you guys on my next episode of Cooking with Lauren. Don't forget, if you recreate this dish, you can tag me on Instagram. A lot of you have been tagging me on your Insta snaps. But definitely make sure you use the hashtag Cooking with Lauren. That way I can see all your recreations. And also, we have a 5K giveaway up right now on our channel. Please, if you have not already watched that, it's a chance to win a $50 Visa gift card from Henry and I. So make sure that you enter that as well. I will see you next week, same time, same place, different recipe.